guys, it's SephySim here and welcome to a new speed build. I've done, last time I did a speed build was I can't remember. Oh no, it wasn't that long ago. I did the Sunlit Vista one a couple of weeks ago. I think it was a couple of weeks ago anyway. And I've had a hankering to do another one. I wanted to do a smaller house, but I wanted to incorporate a lot of the newer stuff that we've had from the recent stuff pack. So the backyard stuff pack, which I love a lot of the things in that, and I incorporate a lot of stuff from the kids stuff pack, and also I believe the movie night, whatever that was called, movie night stuff. It wasn't called that. What was it called? Maybe it was called the movie night stuff pack. I actually don't remember what it was called, which is quite unfortunate. So yeah, I decided that I wanted to build a smaller house, and this is actually quite an unusual speed build for me. I actually didn't have any plan for what I was going to build. Like, if you've watched any of my other speed builds, you'll know that I like to try and use floor plans from Pinterest and things like that. This build was not like that at all. I didn't bother looking at any plans or floor plans or anything like that. I just went with my gut and just thought, you know what, I want to build something. This was born. Now, to be fair, there was about 20 minutes worth of footage before this, 20 minutes sped up, that I've cut because I did try and build something else and I decided I did not like that. So this is the well, it will be the finished product, but it's not finished right now. I do actually change quite a lot about this at the moment. Well, I really wanted a porch idea. I really wanted the idea of having a really cute porch. It didn't necessarily have to be circular, but that's how it's turned out. And I really like the sort of what are they called? I don't know what they're called, but the really sort of delicate pattern along the ceiling. It's not an awning, that's the wrong word, but it's just the decor for between the pillars and the roof. I really wanted to use that because I've actually never used any of that kind of thing on my builds before, and I really wanted an opportunity to do that, so I did. What's different about this build as well is this time after I built the outside, the shape of it, I go straight for the interior and doing the floor plan inside, because normally what I like to do is I like to do the outside first, get that out of the way, and then focus on the inside, because generally I find the insides to be a lot easier. Because I wasn't doing a floor plan for this one, I needed to work out what I was doing first of all inside before furnishing it, or doing anything else outside, because obviously if I decide that I wanted to make something a bit bigger, or there wasn't enough room for all the rooms that I wanted, then I would obviously have to make a couple of amendments and potentially change the outside a bit, so I didn't want to get too set with the exterior until I knew what the interior would look like and if it was an appropriate size and things like that. You could certainly describe this lot as very colourful. It is so colourful, it's almost blinding to the eyes. I use so many different colours in this. That's what, to be honest, it's kind of how at home I want, because it's just so bright and bubbly. I use those ceiling lights. I don't keep them, don't worry. I just use them because I needed something to light up the lot to know what it would look like when it was actually really nice and bright. So those are actually quite good lights, but they're not very exciting, are they? So I just use them. I'm trying to work out what I'm doing. I'm focusing on the kitchen just now. I really wanted a Mediterranean feel for the kitchen, because my kitchen back home, in my parents' house, it's that kind of colour. It's orange and red and I think there's yellow in it, or it used to be yellow, I can't remember, but it's got a Mediterranean feel to it, so I wanted to have a very similar kitchen here. I've gone for that funny kind of pink colour for the living room. It's kind of what kind of colour is that? It's kind of pinky, kind of purpley. It escapes me what that colour is called. Usually I tend to be okay, but I can't, I don't know. Which is quite unusual, so that this is probably a bit girly for maybe some some people having that kind of colour living room, but I like it. I like it a lot, so I'm keeping it. A lot of the decor in this house is going to be very mismatched. You'll see later on with the living room especially, I do a lot of sort of like the couches I use and the seating, it's all very mismatched. But I think, particularly with the rest of the house, like with the bedrooms, things like that, it's mismatched to the point where it still looks like it goes, if that makes sense. You might think completely the opposite. You might think, oh my god, Josephine, what have you done with this house? But you know, I like it, and hopefully other people will like it as well. Just finishing off the bathroom here. Normally, when I'm doing speed builds, my bathrooms tend to be quite sort of, they're very light, but they tend to have the same wallpaper. It's like, I think it's the version of that green wallpaper I've used there, but I always use like the beige colour, because I like that beige colour, and I thought, I was tempted to use that again, but I thought, no, I'm not using the same one again, that's madness. So I go for the sort of minty green colour, and you know what, it looks lovely. And I incorporate little pink accents as well, because I've got the picture on the wall. I don't know if this is correct, but to me it always looks like the inside of an avocado with some pink aspects to it as well. So that's where I was going there with the pink. I had a bit of a nightmare with the kitchen here because I couldn't decide what colour of cabinets went with the orange walls. I was almost tempted to get rid of the orange walls because I really struggled for a while, but I ended up using the cabinets there. They're quite a neutral colour. I didn't really want to go with white because I know the window frames are white, obviously, so technically it probably would have gone, but it was not really Mediterranean feeling if you have white cabinets, if I'm not, well, that's not what I perceive anyway. So yeah, and again, just some other colours, colourful prints in the kitchen. There is a small bedroom suitable for a child. I have made it a little bit girly, not gonna lie. I use a lot of the stuff in the new kids stuff pack, which I had a lot of fun doing. But the kids room is a bit of a blank canvas. You can change it up as much as you want. So if you've got, you know, a girl or boy who's maybe a bit more, you know, not so much into the pinks and the purples, you could just change up the same. You could just literally change the same items that I've got there and change them for another colour. Like, you don't really have to change all that much. I really wanted to use that hexagon like shelf, but I wanted to put things on it, but then I couldn't find anything that I actually wanted to put on it. So I don't know, I can't remember what I actually ended up putting on that wall. I'm sure I ended up putting something there. I'm now intrigued to find out what I ended up putting on that wall. Did I leave that? I don't remember leaving that. Oh, apparently that's what I left. I don't put many toys in here. I really wanted to keep the gaming console thing there, but then I couldn't work out the best way to leave it, like how it wouldn't really get in the way. So I ended up just putting the unicorn in there and just calling it a day pretty much. The bedroom is actually one of my favourite rooms. Again, I go for a kind of minty colour in here, but then there's a lot of other colours involved, like I think it's very similar to the bathroom, where it's kind of a minty green colour, but then there's little accents of pink and there's little accents of other colours. And I found a rug from, it was the Backyard Stuff pack, believe it or not, rug from Backyard Stuff, that had a colour combination that was perfect, absolutely perfect for the colour scheme I was going with, and I couldn't believe how good it went. I was so happy. So the bedroom is actually one of my favourite parts in this whole house. I do end up changing the windows because I wasn't happy with that, because I don't like having windows behind things when I'm placing them. And just one of those people there. Again, with the plant, I think I changed it for one that has like the red accents. I think it's like a pink colour on the rug, or maybe a kind of reddish colour, but trust me, it goes well. So yeah, after I do the bedroom, I think I focus on the living room a bit more, and that's quite a mishmash of colours. You will see that all there. There's lots of pinks, lots of purples, lots of creams, and lots of whites, and I just can't wait to see the rug. Where is it? I ended up using that big rug, but I choose that one. I love it. Absolutely love that colour. I was like, oh yes. I even went through the rest of them to see if there was one I liked more, but I was like, nope, No, that's the winner. That's the one I like the most. So I keep that one. I ended up using those lamps from it was the movie stuff pack, whatever it was called, whether it was movie or not. I ended up using those lamps, but I used the white version of them because I just thought, well, if I've got loads of colours around the house, it'll probably be tricky to get a colour that matches each one. So if I just go for white, like the white trims around all the wallpapers, then it's pretty much going to be okay. That's all match. Right, I start using a lot of the stuff in the backyard stuff pack, not here because I end up using that coffee table, but you'll see me try and use a lot of the new stuff that came with it. I don't think there was anything out of the new stuff pack that I didn't like. Now that I'm thinking about it, I like the matching tables and chairs, and I'm always game for another couple of tables and chairs wherever they're for. And I love the decor items. Like I love all the like accent things, like the little candles and the flowers. I love the flowers. I'm always game for more plants. Like I love a plant, which is funny because I'm not very good at keeping plants alive in real life, like at all. I'm really happy with myself because my boyfriend's granny gave me an orchid at New Year and it's still alive. It's still alive. It was touch and go for a wee while though. I thought I was going to end up killing it. All the flowers fell off and it was completely bare, and I thought, oh my god, this plant is never going to survive. But it's still going strong, and I'm very 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 happy with it. So yeah, this is me just sort of adding things around the living room here. I've always wanted to use those big lights, those big humongous lights from the Dine Out stuff pack, and I've never ever found somewhere I felt comfortable using it. Well, never. So I just thought I'd give it a go, but I thought no, it's not the way. It just looks too big for every room that I try and put it in. Even if it's on the tallest setting, it still looks humongous, and it looks like your Sims will just like knock off like their head if they walk anywhere near it. So you know. All I really put in this room, aside from obviously the living area with the TV, I put a little desk in. I just put a little cheap computer in because I didn't want to be too extravagant. I mean, this lot still ends up being more expensive than I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be about like 30 to 40,000 simoleons. I think it ends up being around 60. But it's because I think it's mostly because of the garden. I ended up putting a pool in the garden and I wasn't really planning on it, but I did it anyway. The back garden especially is probably the only thing I don't really like that much about the house, because that's where I struggled to find something that I really wanted to have, or like what I thought looked really good in the backyard. Like I've told you before, I'm most comfortable when I'm doing the interiors of houses. That's what I love. Oh, I used a little lemonade stand there. It just looked really good. So I think I just find a picture to put on that wall because I just wanted to have lots of different pictures when I start replacing the lights. It won't be long until I actually do start focusing on the outdoors. I think I'll leave it there. That picture's fine. Everything looks okay. You can see me looking around to check and see if I'm happy with everything. So then I start focusing on the porch, and I love the porch actually. So there's probably my favourite part is probably the bedroom, and then it's probably the porch, because I use a lot of the new stuff from the backyard stuff pack, all the little seating items, the coffee table. I wanted to make them match, if that makes sense. I know I said I have it all over the shop a little bit in terms of patterns, but I thought, no, I'll keep this matching, like the little stripes. And then I have the little bird feeder, which I've not used yet. I don't even know if it works properly. I've just used it in a speed build, and that's about it. I've not used it for anything else. So I just look at the little things. Oh, and then I put the plants out, and you know, I'm fangirling over my own speed build. That is something. That is really something. Saving it because I realised I hadn't saved it that entire time I built it, and I thought, my god, what if my game should crash right now? That would be the worst thing in the world. This whole lot actually, never mind what I say about the back garden, I still think it's probably my favourite lot that I've ever built, like more than a couple of my other ones, because it's just the kind of house I would like to live in. Like, not too grand. Like, oh well, I suppose if I had like I won the lottery, then maybe I would buy like a mansion, you know. But I just feel like this is the kind of house that I would like to live in. It's beside the beach. I love being by the beach. When I am in Scotland, we are next to a big sort of amount of water, because we're right beside I think what's called an estuary. It's not quite a river, it's not quite the sea, it's kind of in between. So we're right beside that, so we do have like a waterfront. But the beach isn't really, it's not really an actual beach. Oh no, I'm thinking of the wrong beach. Oh no, there is a beach nearby. I'm sorry, I totally forget where I live. I'm thinking of an estuary where you know, it's not really the sea, it's kind of in between. I'm not very good at geography, so if I'm totally wrong and I'm giving the wrong details, then I'm very sorry. There is water, and there is a sort of waterfront, but it's not really the same, it's not really a beach. But now that I think about it, there actually is a beach not that far away from here, and you know what, it is beautiful. It's about 20 minutes away on the train. I should just go there. That'd be nice. That's what I would like if when I retire, you know, or whatever, I would love to have a house beside water. I would love to have it beside a beach, because it's not very hot in Scotland. I'm not gonna. It is very chilly most of the time. But I don't think there's anything more relaxing than looking at like water, whether it's the sea or you know, a beach or anything like that. So I'm a little bit in love with this house. I've talked completely over it, but I want to bring your attention to the pots I used, because I had never actually considered putting the outside plants that you get like when you're doing garden and putting them in the pots, because when you have move objects on, you can actually do that, and I was like mind blown. I never like considered doing that before, and I was like, oh my god, this looks so good. This is where I start having a bit of trouble with the backyard, because then I'm like, I have all this back space, like what am I going to do with it, what am I going to put there? I wasn't really happy with the pool there. I decided to add more plants. I decided to try and see if I just wanted to, you know, like do a smaller pool, but then I changed my mind so many times. This is probably going to be very irritating for some people watching me change and like do stuff and then like delete it and things like that. He ends up putting a lot more plants around. I love this idea. I've never noticed this before, because now it gives me the option to have more plants. I don't know if you can put those plants indoors, actually, now that I think about it. Maybe they're just outdoor plants. Can you put those plants indoors? Or is it like trees? Can you put trees indoors? I don't know. This is something I've never actually thought of before. I'm assuming you can't. Or can you? I really don't know. I wonder if you could put those plants indoors. That is something to try another time. This is where I start losing the will to live a little bit, and then I couldn't really decide what I wanted to use. I decided to use the table with the chairs like them and the umbrella. I know those round tables can fit. Is it 8? Is it 8 people? Or is it 6? I can't remember. And I considered having that many chairs, but then I thought, well, it's not a very big house. We're not going to have like massive amounts of people over, unless she's having like a party, I suppose. And then you could just buy more chairs. But I thought for just everyday dining outdoors, maybe just the 3 is the fine. So like maybe the 2 parents and 1 child. You know, that's enough. That's enough. There really isn't that much left in this part. It really is just me fiddling about with the garden. Like, it was the bane of my life in the end. I couldn't decide. What I really wanted to use was one of the water slides that came with what do you call it, that came with backyard. But the way that the garden ended up working out, there wasn't actually any room for it in the end. Like, I could just about probably fit it in the side of the building. But then I thought, well, that looks a bit daft having it there. Like, it feels like it should be more included in the garden. So, you know, maybe you can still put one in if you want. I'm sure I did try it, and I'm like, it's too big. It's like, look at it, it's massive. So it does fit in the side. So you can have it there if you wanted. I ended up giving up and using what I always use is the climbing frame for the children. You know, it's so cute. But yeah, there's not much else now. I think I just kind of finish off everything else. So eventually you will see pictures of the lot when I'm finished planting down some trees. But this lot will be available on the gallery. If you're not sure where I am on the gallery, you can catch me at SephySim, which is Sephy, obviously SephySim's without the S. So yeah. So you can download it and use it in your lots. Please let me know if you do. I want to know what kind of things you use this lot for. But anyway, guys, it's coming to the end of it now. You will see some pictures. I hope you like the lot. I certainly love it. As I said, it's probably one of my favorite lots I've ever made, until probably the next one. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please click subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.